Okay, I've torn the front end of the Ford apart. I gotta say, the Ford was a lot harder to come apart than the Dodge. Maybe it's because I want to keep the parts, or maybe it's because it was just better built. There is a 20-year age difference between these. There's got to be like 20 bolts holding those outer fenders on, and then another 20 holding the inner fenders on, and that came actually off pretty easy, the front cradle. Now, I was going to take the bumper off. I still might, because this one's got to be replaced anyway. It'll only give me an extra like 2 inches of clearance to get the engine crane in there closer. But yeah, she's coming apart. Just gonna all the electrical I'm just taking apart, labeling, letting it hang down. Stuff that doesn't need to be on there, like this ground, will come right off. I'm just gonna start disconnecting all my fuel lines, all my coolant lines. I got a choke installed on this thing because of how bad it was running. That will come off. Brake booster will come off because I kept that on that Dodge motor. This thing here I had running on the ground again. It's a good motor. 508,000 miles on it. So I'm gonna do a quick inspection. I'll pull the top of the head off and put new gaskets in it, but just gonna throw her in. More to come today. I'm just tearing stuff apart. Hopefully I'll have this motor out in about another hour and a half. The 360 came out with very little to no problems. I just undid all the bolts. The only thing I had to cut was the shifter, because I did not know how to take that out, and I didn't want to take off the whole plate here. I was getting tired of it, so I just gave it a quick zip. Came out no problem. I forgot one ground. It's the only thing I forgot to take off. Not a big deal. There's plenty of other grounds that I did take off. Motor came out fairly good. No issues. Transmission crossmember I took out, and then I actually had to take another crossmember out that was in front of it. Now, I couldn't get a ratchet in on the bolts, so I ended up using a torch to take those out. So now I just have to clean up all this frame rails, rock guard them, start measuring up for that Cummins motor on the floor. I tried to picture the Cummins power steering box sitting on this truck, and for the life of me, I could not picture it working. So that is actually a power steering box out of another Ford. I have no idea what it's actually out of. I am assuming it would be like a another F350 four-wheel drive or 250 four-wheel drive of the roughly same area. It looks like I've got to actually cut this right down and do the same on the bottoms, which would mean I'd have to put angle reinforcements on the frame that come out this way, and I'd probably bring them up about 6 to 8 inches on both sides of where I cut the frame. But it all came out pretty nicely. I just cut the exhaust. I will not be needing it. I was going to try to leave the Y pipes, but they just kept binding on every single thing that came in their way, so they got cut off. Alright, going to start cleaning now and mocking up for the new motor. Going to dig the new transmission out there probably tonight or tomorrow, depending on how it's going. A little bit warmer out today, so awesome. It's going good, guys. Going to do some more videos as the farther I go.